Well, on our adventure, we busted a belt, so we got the new belt. I got the tools, but now I need a tool so I can cut the strap so I can pull out my tools. What an amazing trip. Gotta love it. Well, here it is. Here's the new belt and then the belt that busted. What you want to do, even though that this one's busted, you always want to compare them to make sure it is the same one, because there is glitches on the computer sometimes that we end up like getting the wrong one. If you can see right there, that's where it ripped, so it pretty much will stitch up. I'm in the side of the road. I'm in LA. This is the place to break down. I broke down. We were traveling through LA, broke down, and here we are on the side of a AutoZone in an alley, swapping out a belt with limited tools. So here's the old one and here's the new one. They're really close. Things you want to look at whenever you're going to replace a belt. This belt really needs it. Yeah, you see that? This belt should have been changed out a long time ago. This is not my personal vehicle. This is my girlfriend's vehicle. Whenever we were traveling, I said, hey, we're gonna have to replace that belt. And just driving up and down hills, it just finally boom, busted. So we got the new one. Awesome. Thank you very much to AutoZone helping us out. I was trying to do, they do the rental tools. You can rent out tools from them. The belt tensioner that I needed, they didn't have it at the moment, so but what can you do? So I'm here gonna MacGyver this, try to figure out. In theory, I honestly think maybe the problem would have happened. I could have limped around. Belt busting that connects my AC alternator. The more important is my alternator. That's really all I wanted. I wanted to try shoelaces. Like, literally, could you tie shoelaces, run them around, tying it really tight, and will it turn that alternator that it would charge the battery? We might not do that this video, but honestly, it's something I'm gonna try out. I want to see if you could use electrical tape, duct tape. We saw the previous videos. Gorilla tape fixed an axle. Could Gorilla tape wrapped all the way around, could that run my vehicle? I think so, but we're gonna have to try that out. We're gonna have to do some videos. In a tight bind, you're stranded in the middle of the desert and you need a MacGyver, you need a Mickey Mouse something, fix something. Let's get a closer view of what's gonna happen and what needs to be done. So all right, so I'm gonna use this wrench to point out what all we gotta do. So here's our alternator. You need that to spin to produce voltage to charge up your battery. We have our AC compressor that honestly you could roll down your windows and you could survive. But this is the thing that you need. If you don't have this charging up your battery, you're gonna run out of power. As soon as that battery runs out of its 12 volts, pretty much the car will stall and die. Here we have our tensioner. There's a nut behind that we need to put the pressure on, and then underneath, it's kind of hard to see, but way down there is your crankcase. That's what's turning all of this. So we're gonna try to maneuver that belt, and let's see if I can put it together. This is pretty crazy. I got limited tools. I wish I had a lot different tools, especially a belt tensioning tool, but we'll do it with this wrench. We'll see what happens. If you see, it's behind that bolt, the crank shaft, pretty much what turns your bottom of your engine, and it turns all your pulleys. So I got the belt around that. Now I just need to get a wrench and release the pressure on that belt tensioner and wrap it around the alternator, and that's it. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's rock on. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's get back on the road trip. All right, well, I'm so excited to tell you, after a lot of struggle, I had to pause it for a while. You didn't hear. There was a lot of beep, 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 beeping of all the complaints. It was actually very challenging. More because, one, I'm using wrenches. Wrenches is actually, it's a good tool. There's some specialty tools, but one of the problems was the belt kept slipping, and I think I attempted it 5+ times. So one of the tricks I actually want to show you. So this is actually, so you want to use the 11/16 and the 17-inch wrench. I actually ended up dropping one and retrieved it later, but so you put this on the belt tensioner, so you're going to get that, but one, you don't have no leverage. You're going to be trying to pry. So this is an old trick, some old mechanics would teach. So what you do, you get the open end and the box end side, and you'll twist it, lock it, and then that gives you that extra leverage. So that's actually the trick that I use. I had a hard time with this, the 5/8, so I ended up going with a little smaller 9/16. The 1/2 inch, whenever I was putting it on, I just didn't have enough leverage. Where this one gave me leverage, and it had a little tilt because actually I was tilting that way away from the wheel well. So that's how I was able to tension it, hold it, and now with this hand actually pull straight up and get that belt. It was a very challenging, from a scale to 1 to 10, I want to say it was a 12 or 11. I don't want to exaggerate. All right, 11.5. But yeah, it was challenging, more because if you see, my hands are totally red because they didn't fit in there. I'm used to doing semi engines or V8 engines, or where the engine actually is facing forward. Where this one, it was on the side. It was, pretty challenging, but the good thing is it is done. I'm excited. Let's get back on the road. Yeah, continue this road trip. Yeah, there you go. There it is. It's working. It's alive. Yes. Give me more power. I'm so excited. Let's go. Woo! All right, well, the belt is on, the car is running, we're ready. We're ready to continue this road trip. Man, I didn't like what all happened last night. Things happen. If it was just something with maintenance, this belt should have been replaced. It didn't get replaced, so, but, the best thing is get yourself some knowledge of vehicles. It was a simple repair, got it all put together, and we're ready to continue this road trip. Let's go. Let's keep enjoying Los Angeles, the city of the angels or troublemakers. I don't know, one of those other ones, but let's go. Let's enjoy this.